Hey lovely sexy hobby people, welcome to today's video, which is going to be the review for Warhammer Combat Patrol character pack number 3, which is Boss Snikrot, the Orc Commando. He looks good. I'm keen to get him started. Now, I've noticed a couple of things already. We've got like 3 head options by the look of it, and possibly a smoke grenade going off. So come and join me on the desk and we'll have a look and see what options we actually get. Right then lovelies, let's have a look at the 3rd character pack that we've gotten with this series, which is Boss Snikrot. Right, so let's pop the plastic aside. And we have a great picture of him on the front. Right, how to build, straight off. Looks like his main body goes together in 3 pieces. Left and right side, and then the front middle. He's got a huge bergen going onto his back. And then his 2 melee weapons, and there's a smoke grenade that you can put on the base. I might actually leave that off the base and put it on a 25mm base as a token. Anyway, we're then into how to paint. So pretty simply, you've got Uruk flesh for the flesh tones, lead belcher for the armour, retributor armour for some of the metallic parts. Looks like Abaddon Black is being used for his pants, his trousers, and the rucksack. So he's being given a wash in multiple places with Nuln Oil and Agrax Earthshade, but also within his ears they're saying use a little bit of Carroburg Crimson in his ears. And then moving on. Looks good actually. I mean, it's a basic paint job, but it looks good. And then the final look of him. So then, Red Skull's Commandos. This is what I said, I think, when I read out the flyer where it turns around and says a detailed background, and it's like, no, it's not. It's just like a few bits. But Red Skull Commandos. Most orcs are loud, brash, and about as subtle as an orbital strike. Commandos, however, are orcs who relish sneaking around and striking unseen, and no commandos are better than Boss Snikrot's Red Skulls. The Red Skull Commandos first made their legend on the war-torn world of Armageddon. Why am I not surprised? There they assaulted enemy commanders, laid deadly traps, and launched daring raids against the Imperium's defenders. Feats they have since repeated on a dozen worlds. Most commandos, including Boss Snikrot, hail from the Blood Axe clan. The Blood Axes are seen as unusual by the rest of the orcs, for they are cunning and thoughtful. They use infiltrators, ambushes, and devious feints to probe and weaken the foe. Once battle is truly underway, however, the Blood Axes are just as vicious and bloodthirsty as their more brutal kin. Blood Axes love to loot Imperial gear, and they use it to great effect in future battles. So, Boss Snikrot has a 6-inch move, toughness 5, a 5-up save, has a 5+ invulnerable save, 6 wounds, leadership is 6+, and objective control 1. He has a slugger pistol, so range 12 inches, attacks 1, ballistic skill 4+, strength 4, AP 0, and damage is 1. And then his melee weapons is Mork's Teeth, precision twin linked, and it says 6 attacks, weapon skill 2+, strength 6, AP -1, and damage 2. Then you got a little bit of how to take photos, and we haven't got a scenario in this one. Okay, fair enough. Oh, excuse me, pardon me, I do apologise. Right, have a look at the plastic. Now, we get 40mm base. And this is a sculpt date of 2023, so quite a young kit in the grand scheme of things. Now, looking at this, we get 3 head choices here. There's one here with a slot out of it, so I'm assuming something would go in there. Ah, right, okay, so yeah, some sort of mask. Now, is that the one that we're using? Yes, it is. So we're using the head number 14 and the mask of 15. So there's the mask, there's the head. It's got a little chunk taken out of it so you can attach the mask with the tab. And then you've got these 2. Now, I must admit, these 2, with the ears the way they are, they remind me more of gremlins than orcs. He's got some big old guns on his upper arms there. Yeah, you know what? This looks really good, so I can't wait to get this built. So come and join me on the desk and we'll build a Snikrot. Snikrot put together, shall we? Right, the first thing I'm actually going to do is put together his backpack. And the reason for that is, you know, it's just easier to assemble it, let it go off, and then put it on complete. So we have his backpack in. We've got to put the lid on. And he's got grenades sticking out the side. It's not very secure because he's got one of his straps undone. But, you know, he's an orc, so chaos is kind of like their thing. And to be honest, I kind of get the impression that if he lost the grenade, he wouldn't worry about it too much. So it's going to go on like so. Then we have this big ass machete, and this is keyed. It's got a slot and a tab. So there's a slot on the machete, there's a tab on the backpack, and that's going to push on like that. So what I'm going to do is just put the glue on there and then marry it up. And then we have this grapple hook. Now, looking at this, this is going to, there's a tab just there by the buckle, and then it meets like so. You got the 3 prongs of the grappling hook. This only has 2. Don't know if you can see that. It's just 2 on that, and then the 3rd one is here on the backpack. So drop a little glue in the slot that you're going to put the tab into, like that. Push that in, and then drop a little glue just there where the hooks, the third hook meets the other two. And that's your backpack complete. Now we have Boss Snikrot. Now these arms, both of these arms have this kind of like chain or whatever it is wrapped around them, and these are actually come separately. So there's a bit which is there, so you get a little bit, and it's the same for both arms. I've already glued one because you don't need to see me do it twice. And then this is just going to go on like that, like so. So, like I say, each arm. Now, there's also his head, and he's got, so if you can see, oops, he's got that huge crack in his head, just there. I don't know if you can see that, right in the middle of his head there. And that's where the mask is going to go. So again, all I'm going to do is just add the glue into where the slot is, and then put the mask to it, and then that's his head done. So we essentially have all the bits now to rock and roll. Now he has these two bits which are, looking at this, he's got like some braces that hold his backside together on the Mini, but the easiest way to do it is going to be to marry up a front section with one of the sides. So I've gone with his left side here. And most of that join on the outside is hidden by his straps, and then his sort of like his belt, and then these skulls hang it down, and then marry up the second side. Again, add in everything. Like that. So that's his main body. And I'm actually now going to glue that to the base. And I think his those chains actually reach the floor, so just be aware of that if you were thinking of doing something like PVA in sand. You'll need to just be aware that his chains do touch the base. Okay. Right, we then have this pistol, which is going to go onto his waist, which is apparently, just trying to look at the, it seems to come round a little bit. So it seems to come round a little, and it's kind of, just trying to get the right angle. It's not, because it's not the best. That kind of feels like the most secure location. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's pop that on. And then gotta do that. That's what kind of feels like the most secure with the keying which is on the pistol. There's nothing. I think it would have benefited from having a tab on it. Right, then we have the arms. So right arm. And that was really nicely seated. And that one, yep. Like so. Then his backpack. That's just going to go on like that. Just make sure that his shoulder straps marry up with the backpack. Like so. So, Orky commando, he's got his Bergen. And then his head. And there you go. That is Snikrot. We've also got this smoke grenade. Now, I am going to put this onto a 25mm base. I haven't got any 25mm bases. I did check my spares. Need to order some in, but I'm going to make a token out of it. So yeah, there you go. There's Snikrot. That's what it looks like. Cool. Right, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye bye.